Approval of the Human Resources Report.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Smith.
Yes, Dr. Johnson, members of the board, and Mr. Thurman. The Human Resources Report for the month of November 2013 indicates the following. We had a total of 66 new contracted employees, 296 new non-contracted employees, 97 resignations, and 7 terminations. For you also, members of the board, I have provided for you the updated vacancy report for the Division of Human Resources. The information that was submitted last week showed that we had a total of 52 vacancies. Since that time, we are down to 46. Additionally, I have provided a comparison of vacancy data for other districts, but please note that that is as of October 30th, so it's the same information that was submitted, as well as the retirements and resignations to this point. That concludes the Human Resources Report for November 2013.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Mayfield?
Yeah, Dr. Woodsmith, good afternoon. I was curious as to whether or not, this is about the turnover rates, and what I'm trying to get a handle on are the prospective implications for turnover rates and student performance. And when I look at the numbers that are of resignations, as an example, that are taking place in, I guess it would be December of 2013, using that as an example, would that in any way impact, when those teachers are replaced, would that in any way impact the sort of the ramp up for those replacement teachers for them? Affect academic performance as a result of them getting acclimated to the new system?
I believe, Mr. Mayfield, there are a number of factors that would go into specifically pinpointing how students achieve academically. We all know that the teacher is the best instrument for how well students perform. However, as far as to speculate relative to can we link the replacement of a teacher in a specific month to whether students will do well or not, I can't state. There are a number of situations that dictate why that teacher was replaced, or when that particular teacher left. But if I may speak relative to the number of vacancies that you saw in December of 2013, 2014, please note that that was a TRS incentive for individuals to retire and to leave during that time. So that shows one of the reasons why we had an increase in the number of retirements and resignations last year, this period. But as I stated, a scaling as to specifically link turnover with student academic success, once again, there are a number of other factors that also have to be considered. One, the curriculum changes, changes in administration, changes in a number of factors. So I would not be able to speculate based upon your question.
Mr. Coleman?
Dr. Wordsmith, I thought the reports here comparing to other districts and to our own historical performance was very helpful. On the November report, would you just help me do the walk between that and the graph you presented? Because I note the numbers are different, and I assume that's kind of a timing of recording.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely correct. The information for this particular vacancy report in terms of numbers that you would see from what I initially presented is due to the board on October 11th. So the actual HR report that lists the number of vacancies, or I'm sorry, the number of new contracted employees, non-contracted employees, terminations, so on and so forth, are relative to the numbers that we are required to submit to the board in a timely fashion. As it relates to the actual vacancy report, the one that was provided for you today, that is a snapshot of what we currently have on our web today. As you can see from what I submitted last week, those numbers have since changed because, as you know, vacancies go up and come down. So as I stated, that's just basically a snapshot of information that we provide. As far as for the retirements and resignations, please note that we included FY 12, 13, and 14, and you will even see some future terms. That's what we call future terminations in November and December. So you will see for November 2014, FY 14, we already have 2 retirements that are pending, and then for December we have 3 retirements that are pending. So once again, it's different information, but I tried to provide you with a snapshot of what I have.
No further discussion. Is there any opposition to placing this item on the consent agenda? Seeing none, this item will be placed on the consent agenda.